Hello,
Hey,
hello. Hi, everyone.
hey!
This is Dave and Roxanne.
Welcome to another episode of It's a New Day,
It's
It's
a
a
new
New You.
you.
If this is the first time you tuning into the page, we do this New Day New Year's once, sometimes twice, sometimes three times per week. But the goal of this episode is to encourage you, to inspire you that if you had a tough day yesterday, there's always a new day to become a new you, to become all that God created you to be.
Yeah, so if this is your first time or many times now, we want to always welcome you to our page. We love to connect with you. There's a subscribe button here somewhere in this video. So go ahead and do that. If you want to know when we go live, as well as let us know where you're tuning in from. Comment below. We're from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So we want to know how global we are in this community or in our online community here. We have Michelle Manansala from Sacramento, California. Awesome, awesome. Thank you guys. We have Nick Emma watching live from New York.
So some of you who watch it on the replay, still let us know where you're tuning in from because we'd love to connect with you and say hi to you. We always phrase this new news in a question, and the question today is
Why this one thing is necessary for growth? What is that one thing that's necessary for our
if you're
growth?
watching this live and you know the answer, I'm curious if you guys know what is this one thing needed. Comment. Want to know what your thoughts are. If you're watching on the replay, comment as well. Uh, this one thing is necessary for growth. It's needed. It's necessary. We're going to dive into it. Criticism, love that. And a good answer. Mindset, love it.
Mindset.
Karen says mindset, an open mind. I love it. Tina Socorro, Mascoro. I love it. If you're watching this replay, comment as well. Be uncomfortable. Sophia Wilson, I love it. That's awesome. Great answer, guys. Keep answering. Would love to.
Being uncomfortable.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome,
Great answer.
awesome.
Everybody has a great answer. So this one thing is necessary for growth, and that one thing is
Pain. Pain is necessary for growth.
pain is necessary for. It's really important, and yes, what's her name said, Sophia being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It is necessary for growth. Now our community as a whole, our online community, we're going through. The theme this year is
Growth.
growth focused, and in order to grow as a community, in order for you to grow as a person, in order for your business to grow in your fitness life, in your personal life, in your marriage life, this is necessary. Pain is necessary for growth, and we're going to go through the four things. Some of the things, there's probably more, but some of the things why it's necessary for growth, and we're going to share you some of our personal experience why pain allowed us to grow. And here's the first reason why.
The number one reason is pain forces us to choose, right? It forces you to choose something, right? I love this saying that you either choose to stay in your comfort zone or to step out into your courage zone.
Yeah, without pain you'll be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Give you one example. In our financial life we were so comfortable living, becoming a resident manager. Why? Because there was no mortgage, right? We were living for free. In fact, we were cash flowing because every time we rent an apartment, we would earn commissions, right? I think it was at the time was $200 or something.
So we used to live rent free since 2009, and for the longest time, we were living for free, and we didn't have that drive to to buy a home, to save up even for a home, because it's just the two of us. We don't have our baby yet at the time, and we were actually in our comfort zone.
Yeah, it was our saving grace because we would take risk in business, we would fail, but because our expenses was so low, in fact, nothing at all, we would be okay if we failed because we still have, that rent free, and that it was so comfortable until one day pain forced us to
Yeah.
choose. What's that one day? We were evicted,
Well, not
fired,
well.
fired.
We
Well,
were
really,
fired.
yeah.
Not really fired. It's just saying that we no longer need you.
That was the nice way of
I
saying
know
you're fired.
it's 9 years of being rent free, and all of a sudden we got this letter saying that, you know what, this is your last day. And we were in shock, we were surprised, we were mad at ourselves, we were mad at each other that we didn't save up. We were like in a messy situation, and that forces us to choose,
Yeah.
right?
So again, at that point, we could have chose to still stay in our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
How? We could have, moved back to our, to Roxanne's
Oh,
parents,
we were thinking about
still no
that
rent,
at that
or
time.
lived in a room with my brother at the time. But we decided, no, we're gonna
Yeah.
take the pain and choose to grow. How? By increasing our income, so that we could stay in that, in that apartment and pay for rent,
Mm-hmm.
and chose to continue to grow our income, because the reason we weren't growing financially, because of our comfort zone,
Yeah.
right? Maybe you're watching this and you are in your comfort zone, right? That's why you're not growing. I don't know what area it is. You're here for a reason in this page. Maybe it's time for you to choose the pain of growth. That's what's needed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the first reason.
The second reason is pain drives us to seek help, right? It's seeking help, meaning, you get more knowledge, get more, like for us, so we're in an online business, right? And we're advertising in Facebook for, maybe over a year, back in 2018, 2019. And it forces the pain that we experience is that, it's getting more expensive, and we're getting restricted and shut downs, right? So we have to seek help, we have to seek knowledge, we have to like do something different, because it's pain is actually a blessing for us, because we seek out help by getting more trainings,
Yeah, and
right?
I also go back to our finances. The reason why you are today, because of what you know,
Yeah.
right? In any area, fitness. Maybe, the reason why you don't have a six pack yet, because you're doing the things that you just know. Where you are today is because of the knowledge that you just have. In order to grow, you've got to seek for help. You got to have new knowledge,
Yeah.
so that you go to the next level, right? Financially, I was a financial advisor, so I kept using the same knowledge that I knew over and over. And where did it lead us? To $86,000 in consumer debt. In order to change it, I had to seek for help.
Yeah.
Read different books, different mentors financially, right? So we always share this, the total money makeover completely changed our financial life, and it taught us the baby steps, right? Step by step on how to become a baby step millionaire. And we followed that to the T, because our plan wasn't working, right? I was telling Roxanne we should do this, but it brought us to $86,000 in consumer debt, right? So you need to seek for help in that area if you want to grow. Pain drives you to seek for
Yeah.
help. Or you could choose to be comfortable, right? Again, and not to seek for help, right? That's the second reason why pain is necessary for growth.
Yeah. That's really true, like, like for our our fitness, right? We have to seek help, and by
Yeah.
getting more knowledge, because we're not the expert in our fitness as well. So
Yeah.
whatever areas in your life that you want growth, like for example, for us in our parenting life, we're brand new parents, so we have to seek help by reading books, getting, like learning from other successful parents. So
That's right.
really seek help. Is Pain is actually necessary for your growth. The third one is pain forces you to think creatively.
Yeah, so this is so key, because now you're not just gonna think, I'm just gonna work hard and keep working. If you keep hard and keep working, right, and that's what you've been doing, that doesn't cut it anymore. It's painful, because there's a lot of people, we were one of them, a lot of people have been working for 20 years,
Yeah.
working three jobs, not bringing them anywhere.
Yeah.
That is painful. That is painful, right? When that allows you to think, I gotta think creatively. If this working hard and putting my head down is not working, what else can I do, right, to get to my financial goal, whatever goal it is you have, faster, right? And this is why pain is necessary. The reason why we're in the online business today is because it was painful. We the kind of businesses that we've done before was to approach friends and family,
Yeah.
right? That was painful. We never want to do that again, ever, right? Because we would go there. We would have, it's so awkward. Anyways, it's so painful. It's like if we were gonna go to a business, right? We want to have a business that we never have to approach friends and family again. Think creatively, still get to our goal, but not do the thing that is painful.
Yeah, like that's really true because it reminded me of our past businesses that we've tried. In this online business, we've been fortunate and blessed to have found this in 2018, and since then we've been, very successful on this online business. Thanks be to God, and it's because of the pain that we experience, and it forces us to think creatively. We ask ourselves, we ask the Lord, like, are there any, better ways to generate clients? Are there better ways to attract more clients rather than depending on our friends and families? We ask those questions, and when you ask questions, before this online business, we did our own website, we did our own, like creative things just to generate leads. And the more the more pain you have, the more you become creative,
And
right?
here's the thing too. When we started our financial peace journey, one of the because we said, you know what, our thing wasn't working. Our financial formula wasn't working. Let's follow somebody's financial formula that works. And one of the second step is get out of debt and never be in it again,
Mhm.
right? And we started an online business. You need money for ads, right? But when debt is removed out of the table, that's when you start to think creatively, right? How can I earn more money extra in the short term so I can fund my business,
Mhm.
so I can market my business, right? That's what pain does, because we're like, we can't just stay and, settle for how much ad budget we have. Pain drove us to think
Yeah.
creatively, to do cleaning on the side. We did a lot of things, sold things, right?
We did Facebook
So many.
Marketplace. We did, what's the other one? Like the when you go out,
You did surveys. I don't know.
serve,
Secrets. Secrets. I
mystery
said Secret Santa. Mystery shopper.
we did mystery shopping. We did, sell a lot of stuff from our house as well that we don't use, right? So, and we shared it in our previous videos before about that. So really, like, make that pain, well, pain is necessary for your growth, and it really helps you to think creatively by
A lot
that.
of some of you are in our business community, and that's why we're going through the year of Grow Focused, and we have to go through this as a community.
Hmm.
We got to go through this pain. You have to think creatively, all this stuff, to get to where we want to be, which is the growth at the end of this year, in the next 2 years, and you've got to catch the vision, because that's why we had to go through this. For some of the people,
I like what Maria says, from Lance Armstrong: pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour, a day, a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it lasts forever.
I love it.
Powerful, powerful. Thank you, guys. Number four, lastly,
Lastly,
the pain actually opens you up to God's grace.
it opens you up to God's grace, because for the last 10 years, over 10 years, I was Roxanne's manager in financial services. So, I married
We
her.
met. We
We
met
met in
in
financial
financial
service. I was her
services.
manager. So as I always say, I manage her really well. So I married her. But I always thought I knew what I was doing financially.
Hmm.
I was, my ego was up there when it comes to finances. When it comes to budgeting and talking about strategies as a family, I always say, you know what, my thing works because I'm your manager and financial advisor. But the fact of the matter is, we were broke after 10 years. So why does it open it to God's grace? Because I realized after 10 years, I need to humble myself, that I don't know everything, right? And the fact of the matter is, the result sucks, right? So I gotta humble myself and open myself up to God's grace, that there are other solutions out there, that that God will lead us to people that
Mhm.
will, that will guide us to where we want to be, right?
Yeah, and really pains, trials, or challenges, it actually makes you a humble person, makes you realize that you really need God's grace, like needs whatever you believe in, like luck or a break, a financial breakthrough. Like for us, like when in 2018 in February, that's our lowest time of our life when we got that letter of termination of eviction, right? And I just asked the Lord, we surrender, we ask God to heal our finances, heal our finances, lead us to the right business, because we've been doing this many things, over and over, and it seems like you're running on a treadmill but
Yeah,
you don't move forward. So you open up to God's grace, saying, you know what, just we all need God's grace. And pain really forces you to opens you up to
yeah,
the grace, right?
to surrender, be on your knees, and ask God. I don't know everything. In fact, we shared the momentum formula before. Momentum formula simply is focus intensity over time multiplied by God. I will add grace. God's grace equals unstoppable momentum, right?
Hmm.
We need God's grace. It's available. We just need to ask for it, humble ourselves, and watch your life change. So we always end with that Bible verse, but before we do that, I love this quote from this is from Booker T. Washington. He said this.
Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome.
Right, you are a sum. You are the sum of the obstacles you overcome. If there are not a lot of obstacles in your life, not a lot of pain that you push through, right? That's probably why you're not growing in that area,
Hmm.
right? Another quote I love, it says, "The pain that you experience today is the power that you will have and the peace that you will experience in the future," right? Because the pain that we experience when it came to our finances, right? If we did not grow from that pain, we wouldn't
Hmm.
have financial peace today. We wouldn't have power over our finances, right? Now we have that peace. So now, my prayer for you, you came in our page not by accident, but I really believe there's a divine appointment. That's why you're here, live or replay, and you got to go through that pain, and it is necessary for your growth,
Hmm.
especially if you're in your online business community, right? Some of you, because it will also magnify your situation. We're like, oh, there's, we have multiple streams of income now, but I can't avail of it. That's painful for some of us, right? You're like, oh, I can't avail of it. It just magnified your situation. Take that pain and grow from it. Do not shrink, right? Um, you know, I remember when we were new to the online business, we always ask the successful people, I said, what do you do, to become successful? And they told us a specific budget. It was way higher, 10x higher than our budget. We could have said, oh, that's painful. We can't do that. But we took the pain and grew from it, right? So that's what you need to do.
Yeah. I love what some of the comments here. Thank you, guys. Always believe in God's power. Miracle happens when you work hard to get through tough times. Surrender it all to His mercy. As a single parent, wow, you're amazing, Maria.
You're
But in
amazing,
God's
Maria.
power, nothing is impossible. Amen. That is so true. God is always in control. He knows what is best for us. Sometimes we get distracted, but truth is, it's a redirection.
I love
That's
that.
powerful. Amazing.
Right, we always end with a verse, and here's the verse for today.
From 1 Peter 5, verse 10, it says, and the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory in Christ, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast.
When you go through pain, on the other side, like what the verse was talking about, you're not the same person. On the
Mhm.
other side, you're stronger. God has restored you, and and you're firm and steadfast according to this verse. But I love this. I always say this all the time, that when you go through testing, which is a lot of pain, lots and lots of pain, that will become a testimony
Mhm.
of God's glory. That because of God, you're there. And you always say that we got here just not just because of us, it's because of God's grace, right?
Yeah, and whatever pain you're going through, make that pain a source of God's glory by sharing your testimony, your faith to others.
I hope we gave you value. I
Yes.
hope we blessed you somehow today. Leave us a comment. We want to know again, where you're tuning in from, because we'd love to connect with you. Um, Anything else, Malay?
No, I think that's good. Thank you, guys. We always love hearing and reading your comments. We appreciate that. And if you have some things that you want to talk about for us to talk about, let us know. Comment below or message us directly.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Talk to you soon. God bless
That
you.
is another episode of
It's
It's
a
a
new
New
day.
Day.
It's
It's
a
a
new
new you.
you.
God bless everybody.
God bless you. Bye.